Hi, I'm Joe Filisko.
Woke up this morning, didn't feel right. Looked in the mirror, looked like a ghost.
Like most people, I had a harmonica as a young child, but I really did not commit to learning how to play it until about 20 years ago. And then I was listening to a lot of American blues, folk, and roots music, and somehow the harmonica spoke to me. And I've been hooked ever since.
Last night, last night, last night.
My first harmonica was a marine band. It actually was one of the larger 12-hole marine bands, the low-tuned one that you often hear Sonny Boy number 2, Rice Miller play. My personal side is 20 years ago when I embarked on my journey to play the harmonica. I found it very difficult to find accurate information on what it was and how to play it. One of my ways of getting around that and being able to learn was to build relationships with many of the greatest living players, so I could at least have dialogue, communicate with them about how they thought something was done. For some reason, maybe I'm just fascinated, but I decided that I was going to make it my personal mission to document, collect, research, try to understand, explain, and teach the history of the harmonica, especially the diatonic harmonica in American music. I have been self-employed my entire adult life, and I've always had an aptitude to building things with my hands. I have artisans on both sides of my family, so making, creating, building with my hands is something that has always come very natural to me. And I found that in conjunction with my interest in the harmonica, I found that when I was doing basic harmonica modifications, that the professional players that I knew were utterly fascinated that somebody actually took the time and energy and clearly showed passion for the same instrument that they played. It was a win-win situation because I got to know these gentlemen and build relationships with them, and they connected with somebody that knew a little bit about the harmonica and had some passion. Somehow, this crazy little instrument charmed me. I have to admit that I've fallen under its spell, and I'm just as crazy and fascinated and mesmerized by it today as I was when I started playing. That was the beginning of my true apprenticeship in learning the heart and soul of the diatonic harmonica. I feel pretty confident that I'm darn good at what I do, and it is a fact that the human race tends to want what it can't have. And I don't say that from a spirit of arrogance. I say that really because you have to understand that I don't want to spend my life sitting at a workbench working on harmonicas. My life is very well divided up between the harmonica work that I do, the playing that I do, the teaching that I do, and my study into the history of the music, the history of the understanding and explaining the history of the diatonic harmonica in American music.